He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in law.
We're roommates in law.
Roommates in law, Tom.
Hello, I'm Tommy Schneeman.
I'm Timmy Smee.
And we are not roommates,
Not brothers-in-law.
but we are pretty good friends.
Good friends. Every time you say one of the not roommates-in-law, I always kind of like forget what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, it's not even not roommates-in-law.
What did I say? Not roommates-in-law? Is that what I said?
I don't know what you just said right now.
I probably
I think
said
you've
the
mixed
right
it up
thing.
a little bit.
Not roommates.
We are not. That is, I guess, the overall message. We are not roommates-in-law.
Yeah, so it works.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get there eventually. We're only 30 episodes in. We'll figure it out.
How are we doing today, Thomas? Haven't seen you in
We're
a dog's
good, dude.
age.
Yeah, I can't believe you even remember my name. I thought you were just this big boat guy now.
I mean,
I've seen you all over that thing all weekend.
What
You
a
really
boat
wanted to
it
let the people
was.
know.
I mean, I was on one, and I was drunk as shit out there. Well, it's like I'm always looking for like a fun photo because you got to post one while you're there.
Yeah.
And then the next day for a show promo, had a big picture of a cool pirate ship.
Why not?
That's going on too.
It was going on there.
Those are the only two things I posted.
Yeah, but I think you also sent one to me individually and also to the group chat.
Yeah, the group chat doesn't
So
count.
it was overloaded. I was like, all right,
No,
Tim's on a boat.
It's
Whatever.
overloaded.
I went to check
for
Twitter. I was
two
like,
people.
what's the tweet? What's the tweet about being on a boat?
It's like me misspelling boat. It's like, Tim's on a boat. Had a
what
great
was
time.
this boat? What was this boat?
I highly recommend
For
it.
context, everyone, Tim was on a boat.
There's the context you
and
needed.
that was kind of it.
That was it. So Lizzie had her sister, brother-in-law in town. They have really good friends here. James, his childhood friend from Melbourne, lives here.
There we go.
Investment banker. He wants to do investment banker shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's get a boat, cruise out on the Hudson River, take a look at the goddamn city,
Yeah.
drink a bunch of booze.
You snuck by the Statue of Liberty.
We did it all.
Saw a couple spots.
It was great. So we were out there for 3 hours. I drank 2 bottles of sake.
That's sick.
I told him that what he does for a living is evil.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys get into it a little bit?
No, he's he's like a really fun, cool
He's like,
guy.
no, he knows it.
No, he 100% knows. He works for JP Morgan. You know, he's not
Small
like
firm.
the I don't know, like the guy that's trying to like use his position for good.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Oh, for good.
For good.
Sorry, I went evil.
Oh, no, yeah.
No,
He's just
We know the guy who's using his position for good. That's TD Ameritrade. That guy is fighting for the little guy.
No, he's currently unemployed. That guy got furloughed.
He did
immediately.
lose his job pretty quick.
So, we were out there sitting on the bow of the boat. It's kind of a beautiful thing. I would highly recommend it.
I love a boat.
It was so fun.
I really love getting out there.
A little choppy at first. I thought I was going to hit the puke button there for a little while.
Do you get seasick?
Well, I mean, we were rocking pretty decent before we got out there.
Yeah, but seasick you don't usually get unless you're like on the high seas.
Well, we were on the low
Like if you
seas,
can see
Tom.
land, I think because isn't that what does it? Is like your body's so disoriented.
It's like a vertigo kind of a thing.
yeah, it's like there's no concept of like gravity and stuff.
I really don't know. I think it was just the fucking,
Yeah.
Because for a while, the beer, I had a beer at first, and that did not go down smooth.
Oh no, especially a beer gets flat on a boat like that
was
so
like,
quick because you're literally shaking it up. the whole
I was
time.
hurting there for a second.
Yeah.
But then we got out, and it got flat, and everything was great.
Yeah.
But oof, Tom. I got sick at minute 8. I was like, all right, this is going to be a long 3 hours for old sweet Timmy.
Tough day on the boat.
But it was fun. He likes comedy. He wanted to chat about comedy. Then he was telling me what he did, and I was like, well, I don't know, buddy. You might want to, you're going to burn in hell for the things you've done.
You're like, I'm doing great for the world.
Yeah, I was like, I'm actually providing life and love. I'm just live, laugh, loving out here.
I am a modern day philosopher.
Speaking truth to power, Tom. That's what I'm doing.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do out here in these comedy streets.
I'm sorry, go back.
No, you go.
Nah, then we just went back to a roof and roofed it.
Wow, boat and roof.
Boat and roof.
That's
and he's
awesome.
got a top tier roof.
Yeah.
Top
Aren't
tier
all
roof.
roofs kind of top tier? Yeah.
no,
All right.
no.
So we're gonna start over, you guys. We are
cancel that.
roommates in love. Oh, boy.
What you got, Thomas?
Nothing. Here's a fun thing that I was doing last week. I was fucking around with on Instagram. I actually do this a lot now because you can't get anyone to watch anything. So I'm trying to find ways to promote stuff, and so I often fake cry on Instagram
Okay.
on my stories.
Oh boy.
To let people know I've posted a fire new clip.
Oh boy.
But it's so fun because one,
People hitting you up.
it's the most views on a story I ever get, like by far, like not even close. And two, I like. There's always a few people that genuinely reach out and like, yeah, hey, you good? I had this one guy who's just, I don't know, he's just been following me for a while, and he was like, hey man, like it just seems like on your stories lately you're like bummed out, and I'm like, hey guys.
It's how disconnected are you?
If I'm having a breakdown and I'm visibly crying, I want you guys to know I'm not going straight to the gram.
You're not hitting the record button.
I'm not jumping right on the video and clearly doing a bit.
It blows my mind that people are like, let me follow this comedian.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And then when you do something like that, they're like, whoa, dude, you good? And you're like, come on, you have to know what this is by now.
Also, did you not understand? I was weeping because of how good my stand-up comedy clip was.
He didn't even.
That's
I've
so
done something
fun.
like that on Twitter where I like have a joke about killing myself.
Oh yeah.
And then people are like, I just want to let you know that like you're loved.
You
and
shouldn't,
that, like
dude.
you should. I'm like, are you out of your mind? My last tweet was about boobs.
And your last tweet on Earth will be about boobs.
About boobs.
It's not going to be about killing yourself. Yeah, I get a real kick out of that because I'm going to be crying more. It's my most. It's like an acting exercise. It's very fun.
Where are you in your apartment?
Yeah, I'll set up the video like I'm making a big announcement.
Can you
So you're telling me you don't watch these, huh? This is a bummer.
I mean, I've probably seen them.
Yeah, dude, I don't watch any of your shit either, dude.
Well, I don't post any
What were
photos
you
of
on
me
a train
talking.
car on Friday?
I don't post any photos of me talking. Just
I know.
photogs.
Yeah, well, some of
Oh,
us aren't
boy.
too cool to try.
Too cool to try.
Yeah, dude.
You crying on Instagram?
Yeah, it was effort, dude.
I
It
love
was
that
an
any
acting
effort you take, you're like, no one else wants it as bad as I do.
Exactly, dude. No one else is crying on the gram.
I cried on
Friday.
Instagram.
I'm crying on Instagram on a Friday. You're on a boat. I don't know. We're
I'm
not
on
the
a boat,
same.
chatting it up with an investment banker, trying to get some material out of this guy's bitch ass. Let's see. Here's a cue. It's a question.
Oh, thank God.
Can you know what you should do? One of you in the shower crying. That's classic Cry Town. Soaking wet in the shower.
Yeah, but is it believable to be recording it?
Well, none of it's believable. You're
Well,
already
apparently it
recording a
is.
cry.
Well, no, because I also get a lot of people that say, "Oh, thank God this was dumb. I thought this was going to be serious." Because I always start it like, no. What I'm making fun of is the people that do, you know, when you can tell that they're not actually holding the phone, like they've like propped it up, and it's kind of like
it's
they
like
hit
kind of
record,
off?
and then they kind of, they hit record, and then they kind of like back up, and they're like, "Hey guys, tough news on the channel today," or whatever, you know, like
the tough news is like the Amazon order got delivered to the wrong street.
yeah, or like, you
Yeah.
know, my last video got taken down because of spam. I'm making fun of like the YouTube bloggers that basically post like apology videos and stuff.
I gotcha.
So that's how I always set it up, is like I hit record and then I lean back because it's kind of like I think people cringe watch it because they're like, oh, I'm gonna hate this.
Possibly. Maybe that's where all the views are coming from. It's
For
like
sure.
people you know from home sending it to each other like, look
he's
what
crying
happened to
publicly.
Tom.
Yeah.
Probably should have stayed at LinkedIn, Thomas.
Probably should have done. I mean, he should have just sold insurance like the rest of us.
Oh, shot back at the Minnesota
You all
crew.
sell insurance.
Yeah, St. Paul.
I don't care if you're in
stink.
med school. You're selling insurance.
It's all the same shit.
It's all the same. Feeds the same machine.
Try one in the shower.
I'll
that
try
could be
one in the
fun.
shower.
Soaking wet.
Here's a weird fun fact that I just remembered. I wrote a song about crying in the shower right at the start of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It was to follow up my "Living by Myself in the Woods" song.
Mm-hmm.
But right when I was gonna put it out, the George Floyd incident happened, and so then it was like, you know, why don't we not?
Glad you didn't post that one.
Why don't we not do that? And I now have a collection of videos of friends, family, comics in Chicago of people crying in the shower. I had like 40 people send me videos of themselves crying in the shower.
Damn, 40 of them.
It's a lot. And I kind of forgot about them. I think they're all on my Google Drive.
That's weird. I don't remember sending one of those.
No, we weren't friends.
At the beginning of the pandemic?
Yeah, we weren't really that good of friends.
When did we become friends?
Over the pandemic.
Over the pandemic. Acting 101.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
I think
weird.
if I would have asked you for that, you'd be like, no. Absolutely not.
Who do you think I am?
It would have been weird.
Who do you
We
think
would have
I
been
am,
like
Tom?
like peripheral friends.
Okay. Well, wait, you weren't. Never. When did you get into the? When were we in the same group chat?
In the middle in the middle of the pandemic. I think. Maybe no, it was maybe
No,
before.
you're right because we were all downstairs at Wolfram.
Yeah, but it was before the actual pandemic.
Really?
It was just before. But yeah. I probably didn't ask any of our actual friends for videos crying in the shower because you'd all judge me so hard.
So, if you just heard correctly, if you did send Tom a video, he does not consider you an actual friend.
Nope. I consider you someone who would just do something for me.
Yeah, and you probably sell insurance.
And that's all you ever were. And that's all you will ever be. No, I do have a creepy amount of videos of you guys crying in the shower, though.
That's kind of fun.
It's weird.
I'm not mad at that.
I gotta go find all of them. And I should just post one a day.
And people are like, I completely forgot about
Why
that.
did I send that? The premise of the thing was like, what are all the reasons you're mad right now?
Okay.
And so they were all very surface level reasons, like, haven't been to this restaurant or
Can't get my hair cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it was like Black Lives Matter, and I was like, I'm not gonna put out this one.
Boy, that would have been a really tough look for the young man.
Yeah,
That's one that comes back to you 10 years later,
like right June 2020.
right
this
as you're
is what
signing
Tommy
your
was
contract
posting.
with Saturday Night Live, and they're like, "Hey, you remember that when you posted this right after George Floyd died?
Yeah.
Also, you're fired."
Also, it sucked. It wasn't even good.
Oh, Tom, that might be you from early March 2020 might be our zero of the week.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no.
Well, no, it was
if
an
I had
accident.
done
If
it.
you posted,
Yeah.
right?
Because I stand by the original idea.
Well, you just said it sucked.
No, I never even finished the song.
Oh,
I just meant like I was being the NBC official person who says also it sucks.
oh, you were business Tomming.
Yeah, I was saying like when they're like, hey, we're gonna cancel you for this because it was inappropriate. Also, it sucked.
Side note,
Yeah,
it was nurgerd.
it was poopy.
All right.
Yeah.
Poopy, Tom.
I'm kind of musically inspired right now. I saw a cool one woman show last week. Emily Wilson.
Okay.
She's new.
What was she up to?
She has a one woman show. It's actually an incredible premise. She went viral and was like YouTube famous for being on the X Factor when she was like 15. And it's just a horrible experience. Like, she gets ripped to shreds on. This is when like those shows were. This was like 2010 or something.
And it's like where the quote unquote mean judge was like actually a huge
was
prick.
It was Simon Cowell,
Oh,
Paula
okay,
Abdul,
yeah.
and Pharrell and someone. But Pharrell was like a nobody. He was like Paula's like assistant on the show.
In 2010?
It might have been earlier than that.
Had to have been.
Well, he was because he was like just like a famous songwriter.
And like producer guy.
Yeah.
But I mean 2010.
But like to a 15-year-old, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't
but
be like a fan. of him
Pharrell
yet.
was in shit. What was he in?
group?
Yeah, what was the group Pharrell was in?
I don't know.
It was a really big rap group.
Yeah, but maybe to a 15-year-old.
It was like Norre.
Girl.
Yeah, to a 15. But I think Pharrell's always been cooking.
Either way, that's beside the point. It was when she made a good point. Like, do you remember like those shows used to be a real conversation piece? Because like streaming didn't happen yet, so
The
people were actually.
Neptunes.
I know you weren't listening to anything else.
Oh, and then Nerd. Yeah, he was big. This is in the 90s. So
I mean, this is killer content. You're like, let me just read Pharrell's whole Wikipedia page.
well, it was
right now.
bothering me, Tom. Okay, so it was a
my
conversation
God.
piece. We're on American Idol.
Well, yeah, because we were talking about this after. Did you guys did you ever watch those shows?
American Idol, probably in high school. I think the last one I remember. Who was the skinny white redhead and the
Clay
big fat
Aiken
black
and
guy?
Ruben
Yes,
Studdard.
yes, that
Both
was
my clients.
no shit.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
How's Ruben doing?
Ruben's good. I never talked to Clay. I do talk to Ruben a lot.
Is he? What's he doing? Is he
He's
mixing
a
it up?
great dude. Yeah, he's still making music and
Good for him.
chilling.
That was the last one I really remember being like, I don't know, where was Kelly Clarkson in that mix?
Yeah. Well, she was way before.
Oh, okay.
I think wasn't she the first winner?
Kelly Clarkson? I think you're right.
I think she was the first winner.
That was the last one I remember being like kind
The
of
Ruben
invested
Clay
in.
one was like that was like a national controversy.
People were
'Cause-
upset.
Well, because
Clay got the W, right?
oh wow, now I can't. All I know is people were mad about who won.
Whoever it was. Well, for a while, I feel like it was always like whoever won didn't do as
That
well
well,
as the
yeah.
one that always came up second or whatever it was.
Agreed.
Ruben, I'm looking it up again, Tom. Don't get mad at me.
Oh my god. Anyways, it was interesting because now those singing competition shows, like no one talks about them, but back then,
Well, they've really just milked that teat dry.
well, yeah, and like there's other stuff. No one watches
Never
live.
mind. I just Googled who wants to
TV.
be a millionaire.
Incredible. You're just like reading. You're like, man, Regis Philbin had a great career.
Picture of Regis popped up, and I was like, well, I'm way off base here. Wait, so
my
this
God.
one-woman show.
Yeah, so she basically, it's amazing. She has footage from her going through the experience on the X Factor.
Okay.
It was the year after One Direction was created from that show.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, the four One Direction boys were all competitors on the X Factor, and Simon Cowell was like, we're going to form a group with you.
No, Harry Styles was on
It was
X Factor.
Harry Styles, Zayn, whatever his name is.
And
the
they
other
all were
ones.
there
I don't know
individually.
the other ones. Yeah.
And he was just like, nah, you two need
Yeah,
to...
because there's a stage of the competition where they form groups. And he was like, this is going to be a super group. Yeah, how amazing is that?
Holy shit. That's kind of
And he
blowing
really
my
called
mind.
it. But then fast forward a year later, I'm totally giving away this show also, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, Emily. Fast forward a year later, they tried to do it again, but he did it with 10 kids. It was like a fucking choir.
Simon, you lost your touch, man.
10 kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's a super duper group.
Yeah, and the song they sang in the first like little preview audition thing was "That's Not My Name." But do you remember that song?
That's not my name.
Yeah.
They call me Stacy. Yeah.
They call me that.
And 10 kids sang that?
But they basically just the whole time it was just like they call me John. They call me.
And there was like, oh, God, we got 8 more kids to get
They
through.
literally went through all 10.
My name, they call me Samuel.
That's not
They're
my
like,
name.
3 syllables is
That's
too much.
not my name. Yeah.
That stinks.
It was.
I'm
it was
absolutely
hilarious.
mind blown that supergroup One Direction came out of X Factor.
I know, and now they've all like had careers.
Well, now, who else? I mean, like the girl, the blonde girl, the country girl. She talked about a key in your car, and
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood came
What
out
was
of one
that?
of those
Can you
shows.
do that one little sample again?
Shut up, Tom.
Key in your car.
It was-
That's not even close.
It was at one leg.
I dug my key, right?
Doug, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And both headlights, something.
Yeah.
Also, I think that's Bob Dylan's son has that song.
We could drive it home.
He's a wallflower.
One headlight. That's
Okay.
a great song.
That is a great song.
God, shout out Bob Dylan.
Bobby D. Well, it's Jacob Dylan, but still.
Minnesota boy. No, but shout out Bob Dylan.
Also, shout out Bob Dylan.
the original seed.
Boy, I watched a really stinky documentary on Bob Dylan the other night. It was just Boresville.
Well, that's kind of amazing because he is like an extremely boring performer
Yeah.
and everything.
And interviewer.
Oh yeah, did he not give a shit?
I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like footage for that specific documentary. It was like,
just-
cut together from different times of his life.
Yeah.
I mean, Boresville. Bob, I got to tell you,
Which is hilarious.
maybe spice it up a little.
He's one of the best songwriters of all time.
Had to turn it off.
And all like he went at controversial topics all of the time, and he can't do an interview.
Can't do an interview.
Wow.
Also, pretty bad voice on the man. He
For sure.
he really got away with some
Hey,
great
hey.
songwriting.
Yeah, it makes. I don't think he would be famous today.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly, unless
Some people are gonna hate that.
he went on the X Factor
That's
in
true.
2004.
And he happened to be on it at the same time as Harry Styles. Can you imagine a super group with Harry Styles and Bob Dylan?
And Bob Dylan.
It's them singing about the civil rights movement, and Harry
he's just,
Styles is like
dancing around,
bopping
being
it.
hot as shit. Wearing
I
a
can't
dress.
imagine like a what was the one like that's what makes you beautiful.
With
And he's like that's what makes you
That's
beautiful.
what makes you It's all. I can't even get into his music. I know he's good.
Oh, I love it.
but I can't like you know when you're in a song and you have to like find the rhythm of the song.
Oh
find
yeah,
the
it's not like
rhythm of the song. And I can't.
Boy, we're singing more than we usually do today. It's it's not like a jam out type
What? No, I
music.
know. I can get into some non-jam out music. I can get into some sad whatever music.
But like you can't listen to like Hey Mr. Tambourine Man.
Sure.
Okay. I don't
You
know
know,
if that
what's
was a
the
yes
one-
or
I
no.
will,
You said sure, but it sounded like a no.
It doesn't feel good. I
Okay.
do like Don't Think Twice.
I mean, that's an incredible song.
Great
Don't Think
song.
Twice, it's all right.
Maybe it was because of the context that I
Twice.
heard it in.
Oh, why?
The Berbiglia movie, Don't Think Twice.
Was that song in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Was it for sure?
Let me Google it.
Business Tom, will you Google that, please?
Don't Think Twice. Yeah, I think that's what it's based on. And then
The song is not based on.
No.
Oh my God,
Tom.
I was about to freak out.
Tom. No.
It's like one time, one of my friends in grade school convinced me that Eminem's sample of Aerosmith was the original. And then I said it to someone else, and they were like, "You're a moron." And I was like, "Yeah, now that I say it out loud, I definitely am."
That is not correct.
But Johnny Donahue, you convinced me that Eminem was the original.
Well done, Donahue.
God
I
damn
hope
it.
you hit that insurance quota this year.
Oh, I think he might actually.
My buddy has this
No,
bit
he's
that
an
he likes to
accountant.
do that drives people insane. Like if somebody's talking about, if they're talking about Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and they talk about how much they love the books, he'll go, "Oh, nice! They wrote a book based on that movie,"
Oh,
and it
God.
drives
Yeah.
people insane.
The right to kind of person would take that really seriously.
Oh, they get up. They're like,
Yeah.
they stop the whole conversation.
Oh, God.
They turn Bob Dylan off.
Yeah.
They turn off Barbiglia's movie, and they have a serious conversation. He's, I'm just kidding with you. I'm just trying to have a fun time for the love of Christ. Back to your back. We haven't even got to the musical or the one-woman show.
Oh, yeah. No, that was. I just wanted to talk about how dumb these singing shows were, but it was an amazing show. It's basically like coming to terms with the fact that she got ripped apart when she was 15 for pursuing her dreams, and like
For television ratings.
when you get, I mean, because she wasn't that good. So it's like you get, and that's kind of her. It's kind of the message of the show is like,
So was she, looking back, was she like chum?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like they need to chum the waters a little bit. Like we got some really good ones over here. We could get this girl on and absolutely tear her a new asshole.
a little bit.
This
like,
one's
she
got
wasn't-
one leg.
She wasn't like awful. It wasn't like the full on when they let the one really bad person through, because she went all the way to like Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
But it was in a group with her best friend who was way better than her. And at the first audition, all the judges said that we like this guy better. We could.
It was
just-
Harry Styles.
It was basically like we could send him through on his own, and then they decided to let them go through together, and then they got part of the
incredible. That's like if the roommate showed up and they're like, "Tom, you're in.
literally.
If you want to bring your uncle with."
Yeah, that's. She had to stand there on stage on national TV. Yeah, yeah.
That's a one-woman show coming up.
So it's like coming to terms with that, and the fact that she like kind of wanted to pretend it didn't happen for a while,
Sure.
and now she's like, it's the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.
Well,
And
yeah. I mean, those are like the classic stages of grief.
yeah, that's true.
Now she's in acceptance.
Yeah.
How long is a
Where's
one-person
monetize in the stages of grief?
show? Yeah, where's use this to pay my rent? Where? What? A one-woman show? What's that run? An hour and a half?
Yeah, it was about that. Yeah.
So I've never seen a one-person show.
This was
I
a
saw
musical
one person
show.
attempt it, and it was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life.
You want to name
Join the
names or no?
Patreon for that name. But it was
It's patreon.com/Love
Love
and
and Life.
Just moved here, Love and Life.
It was really something. Lizzie and I were sitting in the audience holding on for dear life.
Was this in Chicago?
It possibly was. It was in a different city than New York.
I'm
tell you
excited
that.
to ask you about this after.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Send us a
Yeah, no,
message.
this was a success. This was good. I mean, it was like a musical.
Did you cry?
It was very well written. No.
Was there moments where you could have?
Yeah, I think maybe as it gets more polished, it could.
Okay.
It could.
That's pretty
maybe
cool. So how
bring
does this
somebody
work? A
to
one-woman show. She's like, all right, I'm running this thing at this venue for the next 2 months.
She's
and
been
then
touring
you take it somewhere?
Yeah, I think she must have been doing it here, and then she was touring it, and she just got back, and now she's doing it at she did it at the Asylum, which is like a real venue.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. So she did like a 4-day run there or whatever.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, it was really cool. It made me very I was like, damn, all I do is like tell jokes.
Yeah.
Because she had like basically like stand-up bits in there, and then she had songs and like little like kind of character bits where she was her 15-year-old self writing in her diary.
Okay, that's fun.
That was like kind of the narrator section.
Hey, world-class dumb question coming at you.
Uh-oh.
It's just her in the show.
And that's been Roommates in Law, you guys. It's been a fun ride. We've had 30 episodes. I just can't keep dragging Tim along here at this IQ level. I mean, yeah, it was a one person show. They had about 10 cast members.
No, I mean, you don't know if like she needs some extras.
No, it was just her. I'm
for
sure
her
she had a
to-
tech guy.
for
but
her to work some of this stuff out.
It was just her.
Sorry, Tom, for taking an interest in the thing that you brought up.
Well, here's a question.
Sorry for keeping the thing alive
Here's
with
a question.
the one-woman
you
show
knew
that
the
you
answer
went in.
to it, but did you mean like?
I meant like if she has to like act out a certain scene, are there people
Okay.
that are just like extras that don't say shit?
All right, no.
Thank
But-
you. That's all you had to say, Tom.
I don't know. Actually,
Bounces the microphone off his forehead
it's my new move.
because you're such a world-class
That's my new-
thinker.
Dude, I really can. I can get some
Jesus
thoughts going up
Christ.
there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many one-person shows I've seen, but yeah, it was just kind of like when she was talking to someone else, it was like they were there, but
They were
not
just
there.
invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that's a suggestion we can make.
It's a thought.
Hey, why don't you get your pals Tim and Tom?
Why don't we get in there? We could be dead bodies standing there.
I could be whatever you want. I could be Simon Cowell.
I mean, geez Louise.
Yeah, I really overreacted to that, but I just needed to react to something,
Sure.
spice up the pot a little
You're just
bit.
trying to feel something?
Yeah.
I understand.
Let's see what else we got going on. What'd you get into this weekend aside from the boat that you own now?
I am partial owner of that boat.
Yeah, I figured.
I had such a fun time with the staff. They're like, you want to just be a part of this thing?
Do you want to be a part owner? You're like, yeah. How much do I have to put in?
It was kind of fun. I kind of offhandedly asked these guys. I was like, so, I mean, like, do like, you know, group of MILFs get on here and ask all to fuck them? They're like, yeah, all the time.
What?
I was like, have you ever done it? They're like, yeah, all the time.
The crew of this
Yeah,
ship?
dude.
Whoa.
I was like, wait. He's like showing me the bedrooms. I was like, are you serious? Like, you fucked some of the women that get on here? He's like, yeah.
What?
I was like, "Damn, okay, I'm not mad at that.
What about the dudes?
The dude, I mean, I think they're kind of.
Do
He
they
was
ever
showing
bang
me
dudes
around.
too?
He was showing me
Yeah.
all the bedrooms.
Wow.
And he was kinda like, that
'cause
one's
is that
pretty
part
big.
of the job when they get hired? They're
I
like, hey,
don't know.
some people are gonna have enough money where it's
Well, the
gonna
way he
be-
said it was like he wasn't like giving me the wink and a gun. He was just like, yeah.
He was like, of course.
I was like,
It was like you asked
oh.
him if you're like, hey, has anyone ever jumped in the water? And he was like, yeah.
And he was like, oddly enough, no one's ever fallen in the water.
Yeah, do people swim in the Hudson?
I would doubt it.
It's pretty gross, right?
I mean, and there's a lot of commotion going on. Seems you're gonna get chopped
Oh,
up by a
true.
propeller blade if you fall in there.
Yeah, true.
People were zipping around, seemingly under no order or organization at all.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty wild jet skis out there.
People were just huge boats flying by.
Oh, shit.
I was like, hey. And they were just like, fucking dickhead. They weren't like, sir, don't you know
Yeah.
the rules and the regs of the Hudson?
Like, how big? Are we talking yachts flying or like...
Well, it was like boats, like where these people, there's, like 100 people paid 50 clams a person.
Oh, geez.
And like, they got
Yeah.
Usher on blast and they're just getting tuned up. You know what I
It's
mean?
oh, dude, we used to do those a lot in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like
It's a lot of like
birthday
24-year-olds
Yes.
just getting absolutely tuned up.
Yeah. It's an open bar situation usually. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you pay $150 or whatever.
Ours was a
Well,
little
those are
more
fun.
intimate.
Yeah. Well, yours, it was like private chartered,
An
right?
intimate evening, if you will.
An intimate evening with Tim Smith and his friends on a boat.
And his friends on a
It's
boat.
actually not a show. What's an intimate evening with? Isn't that someone's?
I feel like a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
An intimate evening.
I don't love
but
it.
I feel like you have to be playing the acoustic guitar.
Or a piano.
Yeah.
There has to be a red velvet curtain
And a like an 8x11 rug.
for sure.
You know what
For
I mean?
sure, a rug and a lamp on
Has
stage.
to have that.
Yeah.
And it needs to be some chill comedy. It can't be an intimate evening with Preacher Lawson.
Earthquake. Oh man. Okay, here's an interesting move. Changing subjects. Here's a Booker move that I haven't seen before, and it was kind of funny. It's some guy I was hitting up about doing his show. It was like a friend of a friend. They were like, "Here's Tommy. Here's this guy. He runs a fun show." And I was like, "Hey, can I do your show?" He's like, "Yeah, send me your your dates." And I was like, "Oh, well, like actually, the last one I could do is this date before I leave." And he goes, "Oh, dude, that's my birthday." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, so." And I was like, "So,
So you're not doing the show that
no,
night,
the show
or-
is, so now I'm looking, the show's happening.
He's having a little birthday show.
And I don't know.
Maybe
I haven't ruined that many birthdays before.
Well, maybe he wants to toss his pals on a birthday show.
I guess I just kind of love that's all he left it
Where he
at.
was just like, whoa. Yeah, what
He
he
was like,
should have.
"Oh, man,
this
that's
would
my
have been
birthday."
completely acceptable. Oh, actually, that's my birthday show. I have a bunch of my pals on it already.
Yeah, or just say the date's full.
Easy.
He just goes, "That's my birthday." And I was like, "Okay."
Boy, I got bad
Cool.
news for you. It's my birthday, dude. You're like, are you
'Cause it almost
insinuating you want a
prompted-
present? What do you want from me?
You can do the show, but you have to bring something for sure. You have to bring a little bit of an offering.
Like, you can do the show. You're just not invited to my birthday party after.
Yeah, it was like it almost prompted another question of being like, "So is there any openings?" And so I was just like, "All right," and then I never heard anything.
You'll say who it is on the Patreon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, I might go to the show.
Just be like, hey, happy birthday!
Actually, no, it was last week. Fuck. Shit.
Just keep yelling at.
I just kind of go nuts every time he like mentions it's his birthday or anyone does, or I'm like, "Birthday!"
No, you just should have shown up just way over the top. Huge cake, a bunch of streamers,
Yeah,
birthday hat,
Yeah.
a clown.
absolutely.
You're like, hey, happy birthday, dude!
Can I do 5?
Can I do 5 on your show, birthday boy?
Jesus Christ, there's no one there. Oh man.
Like, oh, interesting. I had 140 at my birthday show.
160.
160 at my birthday show.
Yep. So
It's a good birthday show, Tom.
that's a good birthday show. I do regret doing it on my birthday, but it was a good show.
No, we already talked about
We have
this.
talked
It
about
was
this.
a great
Yeah, we don't need to
decision.
talk about it anymore.
Great decision.
All right,
You doubled down on a good night.
we doubled down, and
But I guess another argument could have been.
I could have had two good nights. I've had the same thought.
Could have had two.
I think there would have been. It would have been a fun time. 2 nights.
Yeah, no one's mad at 2 good nights.
I'll take 2 of them.
Oh boy, we just had Lizzie's sister. I told you this. Lizzie's sister and husband in town.
Yeah.
Husband. They're not married either. They've been together for 11 years.
So, so not husband.
No, but it's just easier.
You call your girlfriend or your fiance a girlfriend publicly every night.
On stage.
And you're like, yeah, they've been together for 10 years. It's easier to say husband.
It is. Because husband, girlfriend.
So why don't you say wife then?
Well, because she's not my wife.
That guy's not her husband.
Yeah, but this isn't stage, Tom. It's in the stage.
All right.
But if you look at it in a different world, in a way, all the world's a stage. If you ever thought about that
All
way?
the world's a stage. And yeah, you're my favorite actor, dude.
Appreciate you, dude.
That's a lyric from one of my favorite bands, Jukebox the Ghost.
Never even heard of that band.
Oh, great band.
Is that a new band?
They're relatively new.
You know, I hear people talking about bands all the time, and I'm like, I wouldn't even begin to know how you found that band. How'd you find Jukebox the Prerogative?
My siblings saw them open for Ingrid Michaelson, I
See?
believe.
Ingrid Michaelson. Who on earth?
You know who Ingrid Michaelson is.
Oh, okay, yeah, totally.
That's she's like kind of the she's like in the Jason Mraz group of the mid 2000s.
Oh.
She's like
where it's like that fun
let's get rich
kinda,
and buy our parents' homes in the south of France. Do you remember that song?
Nope.
Fuck. It's so embarrassing when you do that.
What? I don't know.
No, not when you do that. I mean, like.
Oh,
when,
I was like, what do you want me to say?
like I just
Yeah,
say
Tom,
the
I
song and then
totally
you're
know.
like, no, I don't know.
But it's like in the Jack Johnson-y world
yeah,
of like,
I'm
we're
trying to
under a
think of,
banana tree.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. She, the Regina Spektors of the world.
Sure.
She's in that group.
Sure. Okay. So she opened for them recently?
Other way around, but yeah, like 5 years ago, and my family just kind of fell in love with this band, Jukebox the Ghost. Check them out. They're very
Jukebox the
pop, punky.
Ghost.
I just saw them in Chicago last year at the House of Blues. Our buddy Luke Knoll, our good friend Luke Knoll.
Hey, check them out. Good friend Luke Knoll.
SNL alum Luke Knoll opened
Been
for them.
inside of
That
a
was
room
fun.
with him 0 times.
Yep, I've met him once.
Not like our good friend Joe List, who is a legitimate friend of the pod.
You guys cut him some slack. Watch his YouTube special.
I
for
mean, I
once.
think it only hit 1 million so far.
Yeah, it's
embarrassing. He's
just
he's a
limping
better
along.
comic than that. Help him out.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
he's doing his best out there.
He's been doing comedy since 1968.
and I haven't seen him since the 40s. Boy, this is just for no one right now.
No,
This
it's for
is
us. And then isn't that enough?
wow, yeah. If you look at it that way.
Oh God.
is.
You know, you've got
Here's a
some
question.
dude going on here.
No, I'm just poking holes.
In our own thing?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, just being self-reflective.
Okay.
Here's a pondering question. Why are we so observant in airports and airplanes?
Because that's all you have.
Okay. So next question.
Well, there's nothing else to do
Well, but
other than to people watch.
Yeah,
And it's
'cause-
prime time people
well,
watching.
because people, I think, are also they're on their worst behavior.
They're on their worst. Also, it's kind of the only place in the world where you get people from all over in the same spot
Yeah.
behaving in all sorts of ways.
And you're kind of allowed to just watch people.
100%. It's almost expected.
Yeah.
Like, you ever see somebody running through the airport and you're like, little cliche, friend.
I'm like, all right.
What, are you late for your trip?
Yeah, okay, Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
relax.
trying to find somebody you're in love with? Stop it.
Yeah, it's also, I guess it's like when you're going through security with all these strangers is a weird like bonding experience.
thing, yeah.
Where like you never have to like order at a restaurant with
All
everyone
together,
else.
yeah. And you're like, this waiter sucks.
yeah.
It's all the same. I do love a TSA agent that doesn't give a hoot.
Oh yeah, because we've
That's
talked about
always fun.
we've talked about the reverse TSA agent where they're like belt can stay.
And you're like, $7.95 an hour. Tone it down.
Agent is
Yeah.
the lamest. It's like
Agent.
we should really call them attendants.
I mean, yes, please.
Like-
I mean, agent.
Agent. I mean, oh God.
Please, you have your eyebrow pierced. You're not an agent,
You are an attendant. You're literally a cashier for this belt.
but I like. Yes, exactly. But I
the-
do
the
love the
flip
ones
side.
that are just like, oh yeah, come on through. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or they'll give you the beep beep, and I was like,
I'm like-
you got any
I'm
guns
like,
on you?
That beeped.
Yeah. And they're like,
You should check.
get out of here. We don't care.
I also like this person, the person who gets their bag searched and they over-explain the items. I saw that recently. I saw that like a month ago.
Was it even worth over-explaining?
No, it's like she was like over-explaining her toiletries, but I'm like that just makes you look guilty. First of all,
Yeah, it makes you want to keep digging in the bag.
yeah, because it was the thing where like the guy, he's like, whose bag is this? She's like, oh, that's mine. She runs over there and she's like, oh, it was probably my shampoo. It's like right on the cusp of how big you can have it, so it always bubs. And then he's like, hadn't even opened the bag yet.
And he's like, you know what? Can we get a couple of drug-sniffing dogs over here, too? Do we have a
We-
bomb squad?
Can we get a couple more of our agents over here?
Yeah. Just 4 17-year-olds playing hacky sack in the corner. Can we get these experts over here to sniff through this bag?
I wish they had to call each other like, hey, Agent
Agent-
14.
Yeah. Agent Smith,
Yeah,
we
like,
need you.
Hey, Red Fox, get over here.
If they had to have nicknames, that would be incredible.
It would be so great.
I'm gonna start thanking them for their service next time I go through and
Thank you
see
so
if they
much for
pick
your
up on
service.
it.
The guy's like, I'm sagging my pants right now.
Yes, dude, and they're always just like,
I see that all the time. Just the loosely fitting, it's like a Costco
God,
uniform.
Uniform is disgusting. Well, they're always like a dumpy piece of shit too. It's like, okay, so if I took off running, what's your plan? What are you gonna do if
Radio.
I take off
That guy goes
running
to the radio
immediately?
instantly.
He doesn't even take one step in my
No.
direction.
And he's like, I lost him.
He's gone. Dude, somebody told me I have cop energy the other night, and I was like, am I in that bad a shape?
Wow. I mean, that could be taken so many wrong ways.
Yeah, I don't think there's one good way.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think? I beat up minorities for no reason? Is that what you're telling me?
Like the only like saving grace would have been like when we were kids, there was a little bit of the friendly neighborhood cop narrative. That
Let me
has
tell you
long
something.
since gone.
It didn't feel that way.
No.
That's I
When you
wasn't
received
like,
it?
he probably means friendly neighborhood cop guy.
Yeah.
He just I feel like he was like, you look like a narc.
Ouch. How'd you take it?
I was just like, totally. No, I was just like, yeah,
Who was this?
dude, I hear about it all the time. I'll tell you on the Patreon.
Oh, it was a comic?
I'll tell you on the Patreon.
Yes, it was.
Love and life.
It wasn't like maybe it was like the cop, like, have you ever seen those basically, they're PR videos, but they're basically fucking propaganda of like a cop playing basketball in an inner city neighborhood.
Oh, right. He hits one from like 80 feet.
Yeah, and they all go nuts.
they're like, yeah.
I'm like, this is literally propaganda.
Yeah, and then right when they turned the cameras off, all those kids were arrested. Stormed all their
Because
homes.
one of them smelled like weed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't say that I loved that.
Yeah, no, I would really hate that.
Can't say that I loved it. I think maybe I just had a fresh haircut.
That could be it.
And I have a little high and tight.
I mean, you could play a cop.
I could.
Yeah. I've auditioned for a cop a few times and I can't get the roles.
Well, your hair is not, you don't have cop hair.
I don't.
I have cop hair
Yeah.
and a perfectly chiseled jaw, so
That's true.
that works out perfectly.
That's true. And you're in phenomenal shape.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
I've been on this fucking row machine.
You've
dude.
been rowing, dude. It's called an erg.
Kid's been rowing, huh?
We looked this up. I think it's a Kleenex situation.
Oh, I got you.
I
That's
always
the brand.
called them ergs, but I think it actually was a brand. It was just the original brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the row
You're hitting the
machine.
gym. You're hitting Blink Fitness.
I'm in there all the time. You know, it's a thing of like, all it takes is to go 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And then you're in it.
Yeah.
Right when I wake up, it's like, it's like 2, 3 p.m. and I'm like,
You're like, it's important to establish a morning
a
routine.
routine.
Around 12, I check Instagram. Around 2, I get out of bed. Around 3, I hit the gym.
Tom,
And that's a routine.
I stand by this. The morning is the 3 hours after you wake up.
Wow. And you can take that home, you guys. The schedule of our days is just a social construct created
Thank
by
you.
a capitalistic structure that feeds off of your life being boring and routine.
Thank you. Finally, somebody recognizes me as the free thinker that I am.
I am on board with you.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
If you wake
I don't
up
like
at
the
noon,
mornings.
mornings until 3 p.
And you can put that on a t-shirt.
And you
guys.
can take that to the bank.
Oh my god.
Take that to the TSA agent. Tell them to shove it in their,
Oh.
I don't know, metal
detector
detecting machine.
Put that in your metal detector and smoke it.
Scan
And
it.
Scan it. Oh my god. How do you want to become a TSA agent?
That's got to be a lack of options situation. That somebody said, "Hey, the airport's hiring," and they went, "Yeah, all right."
But like for such a lame job, there's got to be a decent amount of interviews and shit. Like I'm sure they have to do a crazy background check.
It has to just be: have you committed a felony?
I bet they go deep.
Have you committed a misdemeanor? And if they say no, they're like, "Get in here,
Come on.
sack of shit."
Oh, spam risk.
What are these calls?
I'm
Dude,
getting so many of
How
them
about this,
lately.
Tom?
What?
Are you getting these texts where somebody's
What
like,
did I say? What like that? I was mad at
What?
the spam risk, not you, but I was like, what?
where you get a text and it's like, "Hey, Angela, it's Robin.
Yeah.
Are you still coming to the gala tonight?"
Yeah.
You getting these?
I got one the other day that was like, hey, Alex, is this your new number?
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
What has happened? Because this is new.
Yeah, I don't know what the end goal is there.
I really hate it, and I tried to like play it out.
Oh, you do sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just gets nowhere.
Yeah. Well, because they're not actually responding to what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like next one in the script.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there," and they're like, "Oh, are you bringing Robert?" And I'm like, "Yep, he's in my back pocket." and they're like, and they just keep. It's just nothing. It goes nowhere.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, just identify yourself.
It's a bot.
Yeah, it's a TSA agent.
It's a TSA. This is what they do, dude. When they're sitting back there looking at that screen, what do you think? They have like
They
four
just get
monitors.
all of our
up.
phone
They don't
numbers.
need
and
all
like,
the
"All right, let's
monitors.
just fuck around with these guys.
Yeah. They're like, that guy brought
I think
so
the only
much shampoo.
part that would be fun of being a TSA agent is like if you found like the dildo
For sure.
and you have to the person you just get to see them panic.
Well,
I think that would be
that
fun.
would be something where you could see that in the scan, and I would just pull that bag every time.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You're like, let's take a little look.
And we're going to look in this one. It looks like there's a weapon of some sort in here.
Oh, oopsies. Technically that is a weapon. Yeah. That would be the only fun time, but I don't know. We had some people in New Orleans leaving one time, and they just had this guy detained on the ground. He was next level out of his mind.
Ooh.
And that seemed kind of fun.
Detaining him?
Well, it felt like they because they all were a little more puffed up at this moment. So I'm like, there's some purpose.
Well, they were like,
They
hey,
stopped something.
Remember our 3 days of self-defense training? Now it's coming in handy.
Yeah, you remember that day
Yeah.
we learned how to remove the club from our bag and smash you in the face with it? I mean, this guy, he was so out of his mind. But I guess that was, I would like to talk to some of these TSA agents and be like, how many times have you stopped a threat? Because it's got to be close to zero.
They say some stat. They're like 2,412 times this year. They're like, what? They're like, that's how many water bottles I've sent back.
And you're like, no. I asked for a threat, sir.
Because I got rid of a water bottle like 6 months ago because I sent my bag through and it was full. And she
Yeah.
was like, this whole thing's got to go through again. And she was like, end of the line. And I was like, what if I just throw the water bottle out? And she was like, all right.
And they're like, touche.
Yeah. I was not going back to the end of the line.
Thought for sure you wanted to keep this half-empty Fiji
They're
water.
like, damn, that wasn't in the handbook.
That guy was smart as shit.
These guys are getting quick.
You throw it away, like checkmate.
Yeah. I'm like, now I can steal a plane.
Your big plan was just to dump a little bit of water on the pilot and take it over.
I was like, that would catch him by surprise.
He's like, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
All right, you're under arrest now.
Just tased instantly. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really think that
I don't
one
like
through.
flying. Where are you at on flying? I'm uncomfortable the whole time.
I don't care. I don't mind it.
I just want to get back on the ground.
Yeah, I can sleep on planes, though. I sleep pretty much a whole flight.
Boy, I'd love to be able to do that.
I throw in some tunes.
Tunes. I'm a full tune guy.
I throw in like lately I've been sleeping to I'll throw on like Phoebe Bridgers
Sure.
and just
I know Phoebe.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
only know who she is from Twitter, though.
She's actually got a great Twitter.
She actually absolutely slams
She's
on
very
Twitter.
funny on Twitter.
I was
Yeah.
like, because when people were talking about going to see this Phoebe whatever, I was like, the Twitter person? Like, what are they going to perform? Are they just going to live tweet stuff? That's not fun.
Phoebe, she got into
And
music
I was like,
after
oh, damn.
Twitter
And
took
then,
off.
yeah.
She's one of
That's
the
what I
best
thought,
recording
too.
artists.
Same with, like, what's his name? Isbell.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's like a big something or another.
Isbell?
Isbell. Robert Isbell?
I'm not sure.
Jimmy Isbell.
I'm not as big on Twitter as you.
He's I'm a
I mean, like,
massive
you
Twitter
love
guy.
Twitter.
I do love Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
That's just
deleted the
great
app.
jokes.
Yeah.
All over Twitter.
I just will scroll for too long, so I deleted that.
Sure. I got rid of Facebook. I like Twitter way more than Instagram.
Yeah, me too.
It's more fun.
I'm more
is-
addicted to Instagram.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm way more addicted to Instagram.
I could see that.
The messaging aspect of it.
What do you mean?
Because it's like there's things happening on there. People are hitting you up, and
Oh, sure.
I think that's why there's an added element. Twitter, like I'm checking Twitter, but then there's no like messaging side.
Well, there is, but it's not like a thing people do.
No one's constant. I actually have like 2 people that consistently hit me up on Twitter, and I find it annoying.
Well, no, every time you get a message on Twitter, you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
So this is a bot.
This is a
or
crazy
something?
person. Yeah. But yeah, I guess Instagram is smart because you always have a notification to check.
Always.
Always. So they got their grimy little mitts on you.
It's brutal. Instagram's got me by the bowels.
By the bowels.
By the bowels.
You'll
Yeah.
get through it.
I don't know. What do you got coming up that's fun?
Coming up, I'm at Caroline's on Broadway tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Are you actually?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Not when. No. What day?
The 14th?
Oh, so it will have happened. This is on Thursday. I was like, damn, Friday? I was like, are you featuring at Caroline's on Broadway right now?
Yeah, damn it. Tuesday, I'm
All right.
there at Caroline's.
Well, you will have had a second night at Caroline's.
An amazing time to tell you all about.
And you guys, David Spade was there
When?
at your show at Caroline's.
He was
2
actually
days ago.
featuring for me.
Yeah. And you guys, Tim is going to be in the next Billy Madison.
I popped him up. I was like, Dave, you want to do a little time?
You threw him time.
You want to do 6?
Does he have it?
I mean, from the last special he put out,
No. David Spade is one of my heroes.
He
and
does
the last
not have
special
it.
stunk.
That
He
was
really is
it was
one of my heroes.
unforgivable how bad that was.
I know, it really stunk.
Because he was doing the thing. He pretty much was doing like, can you believe these kids drinking kombucha?
Oh, man, the worst joke of all time.
What are you, a kombucha salesman on Twitter with Venmo?
When he goes, yeah, these kids even just have. He's like, when I want to seem younger, I just tell people my name is Jason, right? I think he said Jason or Tyler.
It was, insert
Maybe
any
Tyler.
name.
And he's like, yeah. And now when people are like, what's up, Tyler? I'm like, oh, you know me, just vaping.
Oh.
Which really bummed me out because David Spade is really one of my favorite comics and actors of all time.
That's one of those things where you try to envision any room where that joke would work. And it's coming up empty.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
No.
There's no way that joke works anywhere.
Yeah, that stinks.
He wrote that with a team full of writers in a silo, and they said, say this on stage.
Man.
David. Hey,
Dave,
David.
what are you doing?
If you're listening to the pod, stinks.
If anyone watched the special and enjoyed it, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Because we
Actually,
are
you know
looking
what?
for.
Don't hit
we
us
are
up.
looking. No, we do need submissions for
Unfollow
zeros of the
and-
week.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So if you liked the Spade special,
you're the 0.
you're the 0. You've assigned yourself the 0 of the week.
I don't know if we mentioned this last time. Maybe we talked about it on the episode that
thought you were gonna say the
cannot be
Patreon.
named.
Yeah, the dead episode.
But my 0 of the week happened a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm not going to name names. And I'm not going to say where it happened.
Okay.
But he pissed me off a lot.
Yep.
And I wanted to break his fucking name.
Tell the story. Oh, you did tell me the story, but tell the story to
Oh,
our
I
dear
was
listeners.
so mad. So here's the thing. You get people, hosts of shows, they say, hey, you want to be brought up? And you say, if you don't have like a real credit,
Usually-
I haven't been on
Yeah.
HBO.
You just say, just make me seem funny.
I don't write for The Daily Show.
Yeah.
So if you mention some cockamamie credit you think is real, you look like a fool,
Yes.
Tom.
If I get a guest star role on Chicago PD, I am gonna use that.
Would you?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I've seen people use that. We know people who
And
use that, and
such
it
a bad look.
because it makes no sense. Because you're like,
That has nothing to do
hey,
with comedy.
you've seen this next person play a nurse on TV.
They're like, wait, what? Episode 3, season 7.
Like, was it a comedy? No. It's a
No,
it's a really
bad
dramatic
drama.
Yeah. It's
on
a
ABC,
cheesy
though.
drama.
Yeah, they got paid 200 clams for that role.
So they're gonna be funny, and watch them do 8.
I just can't get behind that. So you just say a generic thing,
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't know, just make me seem
You can see
funny.
this. You can see this person all over.
So the thing that most decent human beings do is they say, this next guy's great. I've seen him a bunch of times. He's performed all over the city. Give it up for Dip Dop and Daru.
Yep. He
This
is one of my
guy-
favorite comics, also.
This guy, Tom,
Yeah.
he says this next comic was voted funniest comic in the history of New York City. So you want to know what people are they're thinking. Here comes Jerry Seinfeld or Louis C.K. or Bill Burr or Dave Chappelle or Dave Attell
Or a woman.
or Jesus Christ. I just rattled off 5 dudes in a row.
He did.
Or
Could have been Maria Bamford.
Or
Could have
Maria
been Nikki
Bamford or
Glaser.
Sarah
Could have
Silverman.
been Michelle Wolf.
Those are all. Oh, Michelle Wolf is a New York one. Mm-hmm. The other ones are L.A. ones.
Silverman, was she ever out here?
She was a New York one.
Yeah.
Anywho, so this guy brings.
Schumer. I'm still thinking.
Wait, can we just do some edit mixing and
yeah, that you said
some women
all
right in the
actually
middle of
women
them?
first, and then I said,
and then you're like,
and
hey, what about a
men-
dude? Whoops, tough look.
that was some unconscious bias from Tim. but
Ay
we're
caramba.
working
Boy,
on
I just
it.
learned a lot about myself
there's,
right there.
There's a Dave Spade right there. Ay caramba.
Wait, when did you say that?
It's in
It's Tommy Boy.
It's Tommy Boy when the old lady takes a shit in the plane.
Yeah.
She walks out and he goes,
Ay
caramba.
Shout out David Spade. Great special. Give him a watch. But anywho,
Oh yeah,
brings me up in a way that
the voted funniest of all time. in
just
the history
buries
of New York.
you right up
Yeah.
top.
It also seems a little condescending.
Yeah, it's a dick move. Mm-hmm. It's a classic dick move.
Classic.
So I get up on stage and you can feel the disappointment from the audience.
And everyone's like, "Oh, it's Jimmy Kimmel."
Yeah, it's Jimmy Kimmel's doing time. Great. Ended up having a good, but that's my zero of the week. I'm sorry. Don't be a piece
Yeah,
of
that's a
shit
loser move.
just because you don't know me.
Ding, ding, ding. We
Yeah.
have our zero of the
Stinky
week.
poo poo all over your motherfucking microphone. I like bleeping myself out.
I know. It's fun. It's a good move.
You got a zero over there, Thomas?
I don't know that I do have a zero this week. Maybe actually, I do. Friday was like a classic night that got away from me. It was like I just went and did a show, stayed for a second show, ended up like having a fun little time hanging there at this place QED in Astoria,
Yep.
and then went back, wanted to catch the second half of the game, the
Finals.
Warriors Celtics game, and one of my pals, our pal Dan Davies, was at a bar right by where I live.
Sure.
Went by the bar, stayed for the second half of the game, had a couple pops. It was a good time. One more bar. Yeah, I'll come with. One more place. All right. The problem is
You're
going
doing
out with
2
these
pops
people.
per, you're in trouble.
And the problem is going out with this guy. He knows industry people at every bar we're going to.
So you're not paying for anything.
Or you're paying very little,
Yeah.
and you're skipping lines, but we went to this
You don't
one
have
place.
to do like to the traditional. You're not drinking in a real way.
No, and
You're
it's kind
drinking
of like
at a very accelerated pace.
well, and the invite to all the next places are like all of a sudden we're with the owner of this one bar, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go down. My best friend owns this bar down the street. You want to come with?"
Yep.
And it's always fun going somewhere where you know people.
Of course.
Or where your group knows people.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know any of these people. But then we ended up at this one place, Cafe Bellarica or something in Williamsburg, and I got 2 thumbs down for the whole establishment.
Were they too cool?
Fake line out the door because it wasn't crowded enough inside for there to be a huge line. We got to skip the line, so I was actually grateful that there was a line.
That's never a bad
Because
feeling.
I got to walk by and sack tap everyone.
Well, you could hear everybody going, "It's Tommy Schneid."
Hey, we've been waiting. Oh, it's time. All right.
Holy shit, it's
yeah,
Tom- it's
let 'em-
Tom- it's
yeah.
Tom-
A lot of people really pissed, and then they see who it is, and they're like, "Oh shit."
It's Tommy Schneid.
Yeah, we can get a picture inside.
They're all
Wait till
pulling
we're
out their
inside.
phones,
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
their friends, "Come over to the bar, Tommy Schneeman's."
I was like, "Hey guys, put your phones down. Come on." They're like, "We're pulling out our Vax cards, you idiot." But then we get there. The basement is like the bouncer was like, "Hey, can you go down to the basement at first, so I can clear some space up here?" We go down there, and it's just full like,
Oh,
like that. And I was
that.
like, "Oh well, this isn't me at all." And then they're doing the thing of like the DJ was doing. This is actually my zero is the DJ because he's like playing samples of really good songs that I'm like, I'd love to actually just hear Back to Back by Drake right now.
yeah. We
But
don't.
instead
We don't
you're
need you to like mix it in with Brown Eyed Girl.
Well, no, he's not even like it's just all the same beat for 30 minutes, but he's like throwing in samples of like,
okay.
"Don't you open up that window?" Poof, 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 poof. And it's like, no, I just actually like that Travis Scott song.
You get excited for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, I could make it through the next 3 minutes."
Yeah.
And then they give you nothing.
They give you nothing. It was one of those bars where like when I had to go to the bathroom, I went to the bathroom and it was like also 3 stalls in the whole place. Stinky.
You're like, "You know what? I'm pissing in the sink."
But it was a bad enough time at the bar that I didn't mind the 20-minute rest in the bathroom line.
Take
I
a
got to
breather.
check my phone. I was just
You put some headphones
hanging out.
in, listen to the songs you wanted to listen to.
It was kind of funny. I'm sitting there in the bathroom line. I was like, I'm having a better time over here than I was
God.
in there.
Yeah, that stinks when you have to take a deep breath and go back out to where you're hanging.
Yeah. I
That's
really
never
was
good.
not, I did not make it long.
You want to have it where you're like, "Damn, do I need to go to the bathroom right now?"
Yeah, maybe I could.
Because the hang is killing.
I was there 8 minutes ago, but I'll go back.
I could probably squeeze a turd.
Yeah, but it was not a good
So
time.
zero of the
That's not
week's
my-
going to the DJ.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the
The
overall.
guy working on his art.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Put the paintbrush down, my guy. Get that real
It's
estate
over.
license.
Yeah.
Move
It's
back home.
OVA.
I cannot imagine this guy is making much of a living because it was bad.
Yeah, but those kind of bars, it doesn't even matter.
I know.
It doesn't matter. They're just serving 23-year-olds that just moved here from Massachusetts. They think it's cool. They're spending $38 a drink.
Some of the hottest bartenders,
You better believe it.
men and women, that I've ever seen.
Better believe it, Seb. And I bet they are making some coin.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's always like a 22-year-old guy who has money for the first time in his life. He's just tipping like $50
Yep.
to a hot
Because he saw it
waitress.
on some show.
Fell in love with a bartender too.
Yeah, and she's like, look at this fucking idiot.
I used to really think that bartenders liked me for a while.
I mean,
How about 2 years?
it's a well, I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You're 23.
You're out in the world.
You're
and
really living it. You feel
yeah.
like an actual person.
And I'm like, damn, they're really talking to me.
People
yeah,
really responding
that's
to me
I just
right now.
order drinks for 13 people.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
And
yeah,
they're
this
like,
guy's stupid
Here's
with
my
money.
cash
Yeah.
cow. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy said keep it open after he was blacked out.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and
We're
I'm
going
like-
to tell him he's a cute kid.
I'm like, I love going to that place. Bartenders love me.
Everybody there loves me.
It's like the hang up in Chicago.
Yeah. And then you have to walk back and rekindle that relationship because they have no idea who you are.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they recognize you when you go back and get your credit card the next day.
Boy, there's a tough move.
Yeah. I've done that plenty of times in my old life.
An absolute tough move. I had to do that at the booby trap here not too long ago.
Oh.
This is at the classic Memorial Day mix-up.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you went out that night too? Oh, yeah. That's where you went out and met them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where I was at before I met you, and then did the pod in quotation marks.
Yeah. We just to reiterate, we do have that episode buried somewhere.
Buried 6 feet underground, where I'm gonna be buried with that when I die of natural causes in 3 years.
Yeah. It's natural causes.
Damn,
How old? He's
he lived a full
37?
life. He lived a good life.
Oh my God. Is that where we're ending? On a sad?
No,
All right.
let's try to end on a happy note.
Well, let's see. If you're listening and you're in Denver, we got a couple Denver people. I'll be there tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday for opening for Kelsey Cook and her album or special recording at
KC.
Comedy Works downtown.
Decent club.
Next weekend, your boy and your other boy, Tim and Tom, will be outside Detroit, Michigan at the Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle and Wonder Emporium.
Mark Ridley's Comedy Wonder Emporium.
Thursday through Saturday. And then
Back in Chicago for a week.
I don't know if I'm going to be in Chicago those 2 days.
Well, then how the fuck am I getting there?
I might drop you off on a train. I haven't told you this yet.
Oh, Tom, what? You're telling me on the pod?
Yeah, it's kind of the best way to tell you because you can't get that mad.
Well, I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I think I might drop you off on a train on that Sunday. So then I can go hang out with my nephew and my sister and brother-in-law.
So you would rather hang out with your closest family members than come back to Chicago and go to the Lincoln Lodge?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I didn't book any shows for that week.
Unbelievable.
Did you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, see, I kind of kept it open. I think I knew I had this option in the back of my head. the whole
Business
time.
Tom. Boy, I just
Yeah.
got business Tom.
Yeah, you did. And then I'm going to Oklahoma City on that Thursday. So,
Pod's over.
Pod's over. It ends in Oklahoma City.
Hate this pod.
Anyways, come see us in Detroit.
Come
if
see
you're
us. Send
in
us
Michigan.
a message. Like, subscribe, share it with
Share
your
with
friends.
your friends, please.
We're fun.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together.